Hey everyone, with the influx of new players lately, I've been wanting to make a new player guide, just show you some things that the game doesn't actually tell you. Now, this is not a skiller guide. I'm not a skiller. I'll leave that up to the ones who do that. I just skill for utility, just to help me progress through the game. So if that's what you're looking for, this isn't it. Another note, a lot of people will probably disagree on the best options, the best methods. This is just a starting point. Better than what the game's tutorial gives you, which is what I'm doing now. Uh, I've sped it up. Just go ahead and complete it as fast as you can and get off Tutorial Island. Okay, the UI. Once you're off the island, go ahead and click your avatar, top left. Hit the middle on the account. Bind your account to Google. You got to unbind your device. Or first you got to bind to Google, then you can unbind the device. Bind it to Google, bind it to an email address. That way you can't lose it. If you make a purchase on your account, the devs can get it back no matter what. If it's deleted, what have you. And that'll also allow you to make another character if you want to and switch between them with the switch button. So make sure you bind it. And then you're going to want to go to community. And on the left, join the Discord. It's very active. A lot of info about the game, a lot of arguments, a lot of fun stuff. Go ahead and join it. And memes. And here you have your settings. Music, sound effects, graphic quality. Limit frames per second. This will help you conserve the battery. I use it. It does help. And a profanity filter. You can turn that on or off as you want. You're allowed to swear as long as you don't bypass the filter with abbreviations. You're fine. Now, the red chest at the top of the screen. This is your in-app purchases. The plague of every mobile game, but this MMO is very not pay to win. It's probably the best one I've ever played, to be honest. The only thing you're going to want to get, if you plan on staying, if you want to be competitive, come down here to pets. The cheapest ones are $15. There really is no difference in any of them, only the look. But get yourself a pet. Trust me, it picks up loot for you. It will save you a lot of time. It will give you a lot more experience because you're not running around chasing bags. You're going to want a pet. So if you spend money, if you do make a purchase, make your first one a pet. 100%. Don't worry about the rest. Get a pet. Membership is also a good option. Bank space, free teleports. It's not needed, but it does help. Extra worker slots. Next, you have your tasks and quests tab. It's for your quests and your tasks, which we'll go over in a second. Guilds, which is the wings and the sword up here. I'm going from left to right. You can join, apply, and view. Some guilds don't have aren't accepting applications, but get a feel for the game first. You'll probably get an invite from some of the lower guilds anyway. Go ahead and join. You get bonuses for them. The armor piece, this is your stats. On the left, armor, all your stats and general skills are on the right. You can check them. All right, now we're going to get into where there might be some disagreements, but this is the way I found to build a good character and to progress well in the game. So come over here to your task board. You're starting out as level 1. Of course, you're going to be naked. You have no gear. These novice chests, the green ones at the very top, like kill 25 chickens, get 50 fresh straw. All right, I have one selected. The 25 young scarecrows. If you look on your map, it'll show you where to go, what to kill. You do that, and come back here to your task board and collect it.
tests will give you credits, shards, experience potions, parts, all kinds of good stuff. So make sure you do as many of them as you can. You've gotten 1,000 credits when you complete a tutorial. So you're going to come over here and pick a weapon. Now here's the important part. You select your class here. You either got melee, which is hammer, sword and shield, or axe, ranged, which is bow, and magic, which is staff. You really can try them all out. It doesn't really hurt you to try a bunch of them out, because over here at the general merchant, you'll have experience scrolls, which can remove any experience you may have gained. And at low level, you can literally just go back to level 1 for 10,000 credits. It's not a big deal. So go ahead and try every class, or just pick one that you know you're going to like and stick with it. And I'm about to tell you why. All right. Here you have strength, dexterity, defense, and intellect. That affects your player's combat level. The way combat level works is every 3 points of one of those is a combat level. Every 10 levels, I believe it is 4. So at level 9, you'll need 4 points to get to combat level 10. The other category is your weapon skill. And this is why sticking to one weapon is important. Hammer is heavy weapons, sword and shield's fencing, piercing is axe, ranged of course is bow, and magic staffs is self-explanatory. The higher your weapon skill is, the more these main stats will scale. So basically what I'm saying is, the higher my heavy weapons, the higher my strength will scale, giving me more attack. The same with dexterity, defense, and intellect. And your weapon skill also gives you base, accuracy, defense, and block. So basically, the higher your weapon skill, the stronger you actually are. Now, on the chat box, you'll see these cross swords. Come over here. See 3 categories: melee, magic, and ranged. Or, yes, melee, magic, and ranged. Now, again, some disagreements will come in here, but I don't care. For melee, your main stat is going to be strength. The more strength you have, the more damage you deal, the faster you'll gain experience, the faster you'll get drops. At the beginning, you're going to want to train strength. So go ahead and turn dexterity and defense off. And again, I'll tell you in a minute why, and just train strength. For range, the main stat will be dexterity. And for magic, the main stat will be intellect. Now, if you're melee, you don't have to worry about the ranged and defense class. It won't affect you. You can turn them all on, leave them all off, it don't matter. We're melee, so we want to make sure we have only strength selected. And here's why. You see my level 1 dexterity, it needs 70 experience to level up. But my level 7 strength needs 5,000. The higher a stat gets, the more experience you're going to have to put in it to level up. So that means more experience gained in your weapon skill as well, while keeping your combat level low. If you've ever played RuneScape and you have a pure with runes in RuneScape, it's kind of the same idea. And I'm sure a lot of you have played RuneScape. So lower combat level, higher weapon skill. And vitality also. The way vitality works is every kill you get 1/3 of the experience into your vitality. But you're going to level that no matter what.
Okay, real quick, I'll go over armor and stats. If you're melee, you're going to want plate armor. For ranged, studded. If you use bow, buy studded. And mage is lined. Now, there is situations where mix matching gear will help, but for the sake of the video, if you're mage, wear lined. If you're bow, wear studded, and if you're melee, wear plate. Now, stats. Your strength. The only class that uses strength is melee. Your strength is your damage. Dexterity. For melee, dexterity is your accuracy. For bow, it's your accuracy and your damage. Defense. All three classes use defense. Defense is self-explanatory. It allows you to survive longer, to take less hits and less damage. Intellect is magic attack and magic accuracy. Your vitality. That is how much health you have and how much health you regenerate. Every 10 levels of vitality, you'll get one more regeneration. So at level 11 vitality, you'll regenerate health points by 2 every 3 seconds. I'm not even sure, but it's just regeneration. Weapon skills, we went over that. All right. So now, once you have your gear, once you have your class selected, we're going to go to Senatron, and I'll see you there.
Okay, here we are in Senatron. It can be found on your map at the Enhancer. You were given 100 bronze shards when you completed the tutorial, and shards are used to enchant your weapon, making them +1 or +2, making them stronger. Now, you're going to come here and try to enchant your gear with the shards you were given. You can get more by either you can buy them or you can farm them from mobs, but don't worry too much about bronze, just use these. Now, bronze gear is unique, where +1 bronze is going to be better than +0 iron you'll get when you hit level 10. So come to the Enhancer and Senatron and try to get as many +1 bronze as you can. And now some mobs do drop +1, but we're just basically showing you where you need to take your shards. See, I got +1 sword. I'm not going to go for +2. The way enchanting works is if you fail on +1, the next time you try to enhance that piece, you'll get an extra 5%. And if you fail a +2, the next chance you'll get 10%. See, so we start at 50%. If you fail, it goes to 55, and so on. See, I failed the shield. Now it'll be at 55 for +1. And I think I fail again. Yep. Now it's at 60%. Don't try for +2 until you have all +1 bronze. Also, if you fail a +2 attempt, it goes back to +0. I can see I'm having really, really bad luck. There we go. Get as many plus pieces as we can with these 100 shards. First try. Come on, fingers crossed for gloves. All right. Now I've got 12 shards left. Just for fun, I think I'm going to go for the sword. Needs 12. I have 12. 50%. I like those odds. Yeah, oh well. King frogs near Farm Moon do drop them, but they're pretty strong. +1 bronze swords, I mean. See, now for +1, it's 70% chance. So keep that sword if you want to enhance it again. But the main rule is generally don't worry about bronze.
Okay, so you've got a few options of where you can train. And by the way, the graphical glitches that happen on screen are not the game. They are my recorder. I don't know why they do that, but just ignore it. Anyway, like I said, tasks. there's a chance to get fish and food and healing items from tasks. I strongly recommend any new player fish and cook. You've been given a fishing rod, come over here by Far Moon to these fishing holes. It's level 1. Go ahead and start fishing. Get some of that out of the way. That's the only way you can heal. Fishes in the market are very expensive. I just said fishes, but you know what I meant. This is your cooking station. Always have your cooking timers going. First you'll start at shrimp, doesn't take very long, then eel, etc. Your cooking timers will be on the left side of the screen when they're active. Always have them going. Always be completing tasks, get some credits, get some gems, which is what we're going to talk about next. Once you have your gear, you have a few options. The best places to train, in my opinion, are PvP areas, and the first one you'll probably go into is right here next to the weapon shop and the general merchant and the cape shop right here. And the reason the PvP areas are so important is because they have mobs that are aggressive, which if you're in their level range, which is 10 levels, 5 levels in some cases. I don't know, they've changed it. It's been a while since I've been low level. But anyway, mobs will attack you, and all you have to do is stay alive. And if you get strong enough, you can even AFK them and watch a movie or go to sleep, provided you're not killed by another player, which you probably will be. I'm trying to get a gem. Now, when you're fighting mobs, or if you're just looking at them, you click on them and hit the question mark. You can see what their drops are, and they do drop the gem we want. Element type, that's what you're looking for. They're physical. Now, all mobs have an element. There's a few different elements in the game. If you noticed, your armor has sockets. Tap on the piece, tap on the socket, empty socket, I have no gem. But whatever element the mob is the element you want in your armor. So if you're fighting physical mobs, you're going to want topaz, which is physical gems in your armor, and anything else in your weapon. It doesn't matter as long as it's not physical. Now, gems can be unsocketed and combined in Senatron at the Gem Artisan. You will be swapping gems a lot, especially if you do tasks, which send you to fight different mobs. You'll be swapping them a lot. Now, since we're in a PvP area, I'm going to go over PvP real quick. If you hit your avatar, the top left of the screen, you see where it says Innocent at the bottom right. Click the swords. Here's all the PvP information you need. I'm trying to keep this video under 45 minutes, so this is all that. And make sure you read and understand it before you go slapping people like crazy. You hit the question mark, and this is all the information about PvP you could want, what you can drop, blah blah blah. And I'll go kill somebody in a minute to show you. Yeah, trying to get a gem. But anyway, if you see, I'm still training just strength, and I mean, it's every strength point I get, the faster I kill these mobs, and I haven't healed yet. I mean, just keep pumping strength out, especially in the beginning, because food is definitely a worry in the beginning when you have no money and your fishing skill is very low. Like I said, I do recommend all new players start out fishing. You don't start out as a hammer, you start out as a fisherman. It's just the way it is. I mean, it will save you a lot of money, a lot of deaths in the long run if you have good fish. I mean, fishing can be boring, but watch a movie, you know, and chat with us. We can be nice sometimes. The community in AR is really great. That's one of the reasons I stuck around. See, if you had a pet, you wouldn't have to pick these loots up, you know. It would just automatically be deposited in your inventory provided you had the space. Now we do have a marketplace where you can sell and buy things from other players. That is the only way of trading, is the market. You could probably buy some gems from someone, you know, ask in chat, make friends. It is an MMO. Some decent gems will help you in the beginning. Or if you join a really good guild, they may give you some gems. And these extra gear you pick up, if you dismantle them, they'll give you parts for your gear. Plate parts repairs plate armor, studded parts repair studded, and so on. You do have durability on your armor. Every time you get hit, 1 point comes off of one random piece of armor, and they all degrade kind of at the same time. So basically 1 hit, 1 point may come off my hammer. The higher tiers have more durability. It doesn't look like they want to give me a gem. Okay, well. I'll show you another mob to give you a better idea of gems and how they work. These frogs. Click, question mark, they're poison. They drop poison gems, so that means you would want poison in your armor against them and anything else in your weapon. Now we don't have gems at the moment because we're level 3. Just make sure you do tasks. Another good way to make money is picking cotton. It's quite boring, but cotton, especially if you picked the Drea faction when you made a character, cotton sells for very, very high in the marketplace. You have to pick a lot of it, but it's a good way. I mean, if you pick 2,000 cotton, it's 1,000,000 credits, and that's more than any new player could ask for. It does take quite a while. That's an option, but if not, just do tasks. And that is pretty much how to get started. I'll throw in a couple extra things in the video in just a minute. But welcome to Ancients Reborn. Chat is very helpful at times. Sometimes they just troll you, but you never know. Try your luck.
Okay, a little extra for you. I'm just going to whack this guy real quick. Yep, he's dead. Okay. He dropped us some fishies. Alright. I'm going to go over a little bit more of the PvP system. If you're interested in PvP, let me get out of here. Because the way the PvP system works, if you've read and you understand it, and what it doesn't tell you, is if you have a gray skull, which is if you attack any player that is innocent, you can be attacked anywhere. You can be attacked in town by anyone within 5 levels of you. So I'm level 19. A level 14 could attack me, or a level 24 could attack me and kill me, and you will suffer the punishments that the skull system has put in place. So if you're orange skull, it's 10 levels, and if you're red skull, any level can attack you anywhere. There are safe zones. The safe zones are shops, banks, around portals. You'll know when there's a green shield next to your health bar, if you're in a safe zone or not. But just remember that before you go crazy, murdering all the innocents you see. Just know there are consequences, and most likely somebody's going to come back to get you. And this is the gem artisan that I was showing you earlier. I'll go ahead and unsocket this gear to show you. You can combine 3 of lower tier plus credits will give you 1 gem of the next tier. But you just select your armor, go to an empty socket, select that, and socket the gems one by one. I wish there was a select all or gem all option, but there's not, so one at a time. It doesn't take long. I am fighting physical element mobs, so I'm putting topaz, which is the physical element, in my armor. And this level 23 here, if I left the safe zone, which I did now, he could attack me if he was paying attention, but he's not, so... or he just has no interest in attacking me, which is fine. Some people don't play the game for PvP. You see I have a threat level of 2, which is Gray Skull. 3, which would be attacking one more person, would give me orange. Now you gain 2 threat on a kill. 1 threat for attacking, another for killing. And they're on a timer. Gray Skull, you have 1 hour of being online before it goes away, and you have to be online. If you go offline, the timer stops ticking down. So you have 56 minutes left on the skull. Just remember to read all this information. Make sure you understand it before you engage in PvP. Because not many people enjoy PvP, but pretty much everyone enjoys killing players with a skull next to them. That is your loyalty token shop. That's where you can spend your loyalty tokens you get from daily task chests. Remember, make sure you're doing them. You see the green shield next to my health bar disappeared. I'm not in a safe zone. It means I can be attacked because I'm skulled. Now we're going to go to Far Moon. I want to go over the triangle. The way the triangle works is mage beats melee, melee beats archer, and archer beats mage. Generally, of course, your stats and your armor and the gems you have equipped are going to come into play, but that's generally the rule. Like this Orange Skull mage here, you can view players like you do mobs. He's got all +2 iron. Yeah. Yeah, he would probably one-shot me or come close. And he's lower level. No, he wouldn't one-shot me, but probably wouldn't want to attack him while you're skulled, put it that way. But viewing another player before you attack them is probably a good idea, unless you don't have time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's my first attempt at making a guide whatsoever. I'm sure I've left a lot out. Here's some training areas. South of Far Moon is the crypt. You can go level 5 to level 20 there, which is what I'm doing. to farm iron shards. It's a good place to train. It's also a PvP area. Up here in the forest to the north is the abandoned mines. A lot of plus iron gear drops there. +1 iron gear. Some jewelry. Go there, explore. It's very large. It's got the highest mob is a level 25 boss. Now, here's another area, and I do not recommend this area and a couple others to new players because they're old areas and haven't been updated. Their respawn is slower, etc. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it helped you. Any questions, ask in chat. Peace.